coming to you from the studios of Free People Radio here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, the belly of the beast, where we suffer from communism in the upper Midwest. Your host, David Penn, glad to be with you, talking about the news that matters. Well, we're in a pause. What's a pause? Actually, there's a great effort by the media pundits to portray the president as having blinked, like he backed down. You know, from the start of this administration, it's been risk on, risk off, tariff on, tariff off. And if you are a close follower of market dynamics, you could see this and interpret it from a street corner that would say the president is conditioning the money to accept a new form of political economy that has yet to emerge. It's a negotiation. It is a negotiation. And I'm going to tell you, as someone who participates, obviously, this kind of risk on, risk off, tariffs on, tariffs off are very difficult for the supply chain to navigate. And what I have to say to all the people that own small businesses in this country, too bad. We're going to have to deal with it. The government has always been a player in the supply chain, and nothing has been more pernicious and more draining of the potential of success for we the people than a $37 trillion debt, which has emerged from the muck and mire of government and has become a towering obstacle to my future prosperity and to your future prosperity. So President Trump is taking evasive maneuvers, defensive maneuvers, national emergency maneuvers to try to renegotiate the terms of international commerce such that we, the people, don't lose everything we have. And why do I say that? Because $37 trillion of debt with a 4.33% Fed funds rate, the money rate, the lending rate that the Fed uses to borrow money, is going to end up being an unsustainable financial challenge, burden, obstacle. Let's listen to President Trump and Howard Lutnick discuss these changes from the Oval Office, a cabinet meeting.
Thank you, Pete. Very good. Howard?
So we've have so many countries to talk to. It is it's incredible. I think Scott and I'm not sure we could ever have enough time in the day to talk to all these countries because they want to talk and they want to talk now, and they have come with offers that they never, ever would have come with, but for the moves that the president has made. Demanding that people treat the United States with respect. We're getting the respect we deserve now, and I think you're going to see historic deals, one after the other. And then I'm very excited that within a week and a half, we're going to start with the gold card. And the Trump card is coming out, and we're very excited about that, and that's coming soon. So very excited.
Good. Thank you very much. Good job.
That is Secretary of Commerce Lutnick reviewing for the cabinet meeting that countries are coming from all around the world to make a deal. Let's think about what's happened. When President Trump took the office, almost from the start, he was talking about tariffs, about changing the nature of world economic global trade. He put on tariffs on Mexico and Canada relative to the fentanyl threat to the health and well-being of our citizens. And when he talks about fentanyl, he talks about it's a drug. He's really talking about the people who smuggle the drug across the borders. And his question was a very reasonable question. Canada, Mexico, why have you been letting this happen? I thought we were friends. If we were friends and allies, you would not allow these criminal cartels to use your country as a launching point, a launching pad, a forward firing base to attack the health and well-being of American citizens. And of course, Claudia Sheinbaum, the president of Mexico, shot back, "It's your problem, Mr. President. Your people want to get high. And there's a lot of truth to that because drugs are a demand-driven industry. If nobody wanted to get high, there'd be no fentanyl in the streets. That's a very good comment from Claudia Sheinbaum. She made it, and then she realized she's going to have to play ball. And Mexico and the United States seem to be quite insympatical right now. And I'll tell you why I know that. Because there is a treaty called the USMCA, the United States, Mexico, Canada Free Trade Agreement, which President Trump has honored. So goods that come into this country under that agreement from both Mexico and Canada come in, guess what? Tariff-free. So the world hasn't come to an end for Mexico or Canada, but the Canadian response to the tariffs are quite different because the Canadians are part of the British Commonwealth. Their attacks on the country are quite distinct and quite different than what we're hearing from Mexico, because all we're hearing from Mexico is nothing. But from Canada, the alignment is clearly with the European sentiment that we are a colony that has revolted against the crown and must be brought into harmony with the European worldview, which is slavery, drugs, and piracy. How dare you, President Trump, question the concept of free trade? That is the Trojan horse of world government. Please stop. We're going to have to sanction you. We're going to have to call you names because you're messing with our secret plan to take control of the world. And that is really the issue. President Trump knows what this deal is really all about. All these countries are coming to renegotiate because they need access to the U.S. consumer market. Great. President Trump is breaking down a world agreement that there would be no tariffs, that there would be no barriers, that we would have one world economy, and that really is the one world governance. Yes, that's the facts now. You know, you think about the United Nations, people go there, they have opinions, they debate, they talk, they argue, they take a vote, they make a proclamation. But the World Trade Organization that governs the money for worldwide trade, people go there, they talk, they debate, they take a vote, and then they split the cash. And what President Trump has decided is the split has not been fair for we the people. He has decided that world governance through one world economy ends the United States as a sovereign nation. He's taken apart their plan. And Secretary Lutnick said, because of the boss, people are coming from all over the world, 70 countries, to cut a new deal. The entire framework of global governance is going to be changed. And it's going to be changed in a way that allows you and I, the sovereign American citizen, to maintain our freedom. They keep telling us it's about money. It's about stock prices. It's about the price of eggs. It's the price of the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. After all, that really matters. That's what they keep telling us every time I turn on CNN or any of these outlets or look at my local newspaper. Price, 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 price. That's what they want me to focus on. That's what they want you to focus on. But this is only part of the equation. Half the story is not being told. The other half of the story is this is about the freedom and sovereignty of we the people, about not subordinating our futures, our economic futures, and our futures as free citizens, not subordinating that future to unseen bureaucrats and technocrats that live in Geneva, Switzerland, and are trying to rule the world, bringing it to one world governance and one world economy. So President Trump has thrown a big monkey wrench into that system that has been developing for a very long time. And I'm going to leave it to you, the viewer, and thank you for listening, to decide when did this long con start. David Penn, your host, thanks very much.